let's jump quickly and talk about the recent protests and tensions in Warri and Delta State as erupted. And a lot of tensions in the air following INEC's recent report on electoral boundary delineation, which many residents and community leaders perceive as a threat to their ethnic representation and political influence. Tonight, let's speak with the Secretary of the Warri Urhobo National Congress, Olusegun Victor Okumagba, is live for us here in our studio. It's a pleasure having you join us.
It's my pleasure.
We've been having a very crucial conversation. Apologies for keeping you, because that was a very, very important conversation as of a national interest and about security. And let me ask you, without beating around the bush, this is a matter we've touched on this program. Yeah. But you represent the Urhobo people. Yeah. And those people who think that this is Urhobo is your problem and that the Ijaw people have been favored. That is what it looks like. What are you asking for? That INEC go back to the field and redo this? Or what exactly are you asking?
Well, there won't be any sense for INEC going back to the field. Let me give you a background of the delineation, because I'm a focal person representing, I and two others were focal persons representing the Urhobo ethnic nationality in Warri Federal Constituency. INEC has done the needful, and we urge INEC to come out with a final report and proposals as they have done. This delineation was done with the support of the three ethnic nationalities, the Chekiris, the Urhobos, and the Ijaws. There is no point for anybody to say INEC should go and redelineate Warri Federal Constituency. It doesn't make sense.
So whatever INEC has done now is okay?
Perfect. Even though if there is anybody that is supposed to be protesting or begin to bring the rooftop down, it's even with the Urhobos from Warri South.
What about the interests of the Shekiri people?
The Shekiri people, let me give you two instances. The Shekiri people, what INEC did is in conformity with what the Supreme Court said. The Supreme Court said there are fictitious wards and units in Warri Federal. INEC go back and delineate the Warri Federal. And if you watch in 2015 and 2019 election, 2015 and 2019 election, yeah? Are you with me?
I mean,
2015 and 2019 election, through the beavers, has confirmed what INEC has done.
But does it align with the population, the past voting trend and pattern in that area?
That is what the Supreme Court condemned. That the statistic and data used to create that initial word that we are using now are not correct. That is the position. So go back.
There are those who would disagree with your position on how you are interpreting the Supreme Court judgment. Of course. Because the Shekiri people, for example, and I'm very sure that you must have heard the Prime Minister of Warri Kingdom, who has come out strongly to oppose what INEC has done, and he has warned that if this goes on, it's going to cause a lot of crisis in Warri area of Delta State. And there are those who say, look, whatever interpretation that you are giving now is a wrong interpretation of the Supreme Court judgment. This does not align with past voting pattern. The real population of the people, either on the water or on the island, either on the island or of the coast. This is totally against the will of the Shekiri people.
It must not be to their will. It must be to the will of INEC that is creating, that's delineating words.
But there are those who think that some of you had gone to side with INEC. Some of you who have powers within INEC had instigated this kind of delineation.
Then if they say so, that means they went to INEC in 1996 when they created the first word and they were enjoying it. If they say that is the case. Because when INEC created in 1996, they created, because let me tell you something, we are in a situation now where those that have the larger population are given smaller wards. And those that have the smaller population are given a bigger wards. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And that is why some persons went to court and said, no, this arrangement is not correct.
Yeah.
You understand? And the court said, he looked at it, and court said, yes, there is merit in what you are saying. So INEC, you go back and delineate. Those data and statistics they are giving you, or they are giving the public, is not correct. They don't, Shekiri don't own monopoly of whatever that is going to happen. They don't own Warri Federal Constituency. In fact, they are the least minority.
Have you heard the position of Ayiri Emami on this?
Ayiri Emami is an Shekiri man. Ayiri Emami is an Shekiri man. So I don't expect...
Is there a subjugation of the Shekiri people?
Yes. It is not.
If you look at the population of the Shekiri people...
They don't have any population.
What do you mean by that?
Now listen, let me tell you.
The statistics and the data says otherwise.
That data now has been nullified by Beaver's year 2023 election. Before now, is Shekiri in the 3 Warris. Get this thing clear. The Shekiris in the 3 Warris are producing 270,000 votes at every election. But during these Beavers, in the last election, they were unable to produce 15,000 votes. All the Shekiri put together in the 3 Warris.
So you can
see that
in the past, the figures were being rigged.
Exactly.
That's what you think.
And that is what the Supreme Court said, that data is not correct.
Are you worried about the kind of crisis this is already causing? And how best do you think this can be resolved?
There won't be any crisis.
It's already causing crisis.
There won't be any crisis. If you come to Warri...
And the security situation...
Warri is very calm, Sheung. Warri is very calm. It's just the security people that are protesting. And you don't give word. You don't word that delineation is done by law. For people, not for fishes,
You're an elder. You're an elder
of course.
in Urhobo land.
In Urhobo.
Oh, yeah. But how do you think this can better be handled?
Well, what we said 2 weeks ago when the Office of the National Security Advisor, and we told the National Security Advisor, urge INEC to complete the process. That's the only remedy.
People are saying, go back and redo it.
You cannot go back and redo it.
Is there anything
it's
wrong?
It's not possible. If there is anything, listen, when they created wards in 1996, and some people felt dissatisfied, what they did was to approach the law court. That's the only thing. We are in a civilized world. We are not in a banana republic.
So INEC should conclude this.
INEC should conclude
before the next election.
Before the next election, they participated. The Shekiri participated in this delineation. Why would they say they should go back and delineate? For what? Listen, in each ethnic nationality, you have 3 focal persons. I am one in the Urhobo section, and we took the INEC officials to all our areas. If you look my area, where INEC delineate ward, no Shekiri community was not part of it. The Shekiri area, Urhobo community was not part of it. You understand? So there is nothing like INEC. Even what the invitation we got to the National Security Advisor, as far as we are concerned, is very erroneous.
All right.
Because you don't, National Security Advisor don't create word.
All right. Victor Okumagba, I think we need to bring you back on this matter because it's about the peace and security of the people of Warri land. But thank you so much, Olorogun Victor Okumagba, Secretary of the Warri Urhobo National Congress. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you
I appreciate
very much.
your time tonight.
Thank you.